Hello, this is Chris Pickard at Body in Balance in truly sunny Brookmans Park, Hertfordshire. And this week I have been asked to speak about osteoporosis. So similar in some ways to do with arthritis, it's to do with the bones, but instead of the bones being inflamed and overgrowing, osteoporosis is weakness of the bones leading to fractures. In particular, it's more prone in women, more prone in the hips, and therefore hip fractures of the elderly, often down to osteoporosis. And it's not the fact that the fall causes the hip to break, it's more that the bone gets so weak it breaks, and then someone falls over because of the pain and the agony of things going on there. So how can we actually prevent osteoporosis? Well, the common concept is because bone is mostly calcium, i.e. the white stuff, if you give the body lots of calcium, the bones will stay strong. However, 8 different studies looking at 243,328 women have shown that there is absolutely no benefits, there is no relationship at all between increasing calcium, this is even with vitamin D3, and decreasing bone fractures. So basically you can raise calcium, you can raise D3, but there doesn't seem to be a very direct correlation with preventing bone fractures. When we look around the world to see where the least osteoporotic fractures are, we're looking at Africa and Asia, and actually the areas with the least calcium intake, areas where there's no milk or extra calcium intake beyond childhood. And in fact, the highest rates of osteoporosis are where milk is actually drunk. And there does actually seem to be a relationship between increased milk and increased fractures and increased osteoporosis. So what is going wrong? Well, it's because of the thoughts that in order to get strong bones, you need the calcium, but it's not actually the bone. It's not even the minerals itself. What is actually happening is it's the collagen, which is a protein, which is the matrix within which the bone is made. That is the critical thing. And you're going to see there's a whole relationship between, again, osteoporosis, arthritis, heart disease, cancer, because what has been shown to help is increasing fruit and vegetable intake. It's fruits and vegetables that actually decrease osteoporosis. Fruits and vegetables that again decrease heart disease, decrease cancer. Getting the picture here? It's fruits and vegetables again. And looking at micronutrients that seem to speed up fracture healing. And they looked at people from the age of 15 upwards, so it's not just osteoporotic elderly ladies or well-to-do ladies. They found that a combination of vitamin C and B6 and the amino acids proline and lysine, all things needed to make a good strong collagen matrix, actually decreased the time it took for fractures to heal. So therefore it's pretty likely that if you want to prevent osteoporosis or maybe even reverse it, is don't go after bony stuff, go after the collagen. So vitamin C, B6, proline, lysine. Now, the other big problem is the actual medication that is being used to treat osteoporosis, the bisphosphonate drugs. Now, what they're designed to do is they're designed to stop your bone being resorbed, because as you grow, what has to happen is the bone actually has to be dismantled in order for new bone to come in and be grown. And the problem with things like HRT and bisphosphonate drugs is even though they stop the resorption of the bone, so the idea is to keep the bone there and somehow your body is meant to then replace this, which it can't, it's actually leading to increased what are called, they don't call them micro fractures because that would be too alarming, they call them micro cracks. And people who are on bisphosphonate drugs have many more micro cracks in their bones than people who are not taking the drugs. Plus, of course, bisphosphonate drugs increase esophageal and I think stomach cancer and all kinds of other horrible things. So there seems to be absolute no point in taking them. There may be some reason, so if you are on a bisphosphonate drug, make sure you consult with your doctor. Make sure he knows the latest findings from Imperial College in London, because these are the people that found all these increased micro cracks. Sounds like fractures to me. And talk to them instead about what's called the Scarborough Fair diet. Now, the Scarborough Fair diet, again, it's looking at stopping bone resorption, but because of course it's not halting it, it's actually just slowing it down, and because it's full of fruits and vegetables, it's providing all the phytonutrients and chemicals you need to lay down new bone. So the Scarborough Fair diet is high in, they found particularly tomatoes, green beans, cucumber, broccoli, I'm looking at my notes, lettuce, prunes and oranges, and other citrus fruits were really good at helping the bone stay strong, and this is why it got called the Scarborough Fair diet, because it's parsley, sage, rosemary, thyme, dill, and also garlic. Have also been found to actually really help with bone strength. So look at those foods, look at really increasing those foods, but basically vegetables. Look at the creatures on this planet. That are walking on the planet with the biggest, strongest bones. Okay, so we're talking about elephants and rhinoceroses. Okay, they live on the land, they don't drink milk, and you can sure as they don't have calcium supplements, but they do eat a lot of plants, and they have very, very strong bones. So let's have a look. So pleased, I told my doctor I wasn't taking the drugs. She told me I must still take the calcium and vitamin D and not to call her when I got a fracture. That's nice. Again, what you need to do, Anne, is you need to go and look up this stuff. I mean, I'll put some links in my private group later. So you can go and look at more of this, because it's so important that medical doctors start to understand the Scarborough Fair diet, their findings, the findings of the biggest studies, and the fact that it's not about the drugs, it's actually about, once again, eating right. Okay, thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, fire away in the comments below, and I'll get back to you at some point. And again, I'll be revealing more in my private Magnificent 7 group on Friday. Okay, be well, live long and prosper, save the NHS, save people from osteoporosis, spread the word.